Hello everyone, welcome to a new edition of the North Dakota Varsity Sports Update. I'm Jody Norstedt. Happy New Year. I hope the gifts were great. I hope the food was better and that family time was the best. Anyone have any good 2019 New Year's resolutions? You have the typical ones: eating healthier, working out more, less screen time, and more time with family. How about addressing the offensive line in the off season? How about throwing to a receiver that's past the line of scrimmage on 3rd and long? How about one of the league's best defenses getting a stop on 3rd down? How about simply not watching the Vikings anymore to help bring your stress level down? Now that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. Anyway, let's get down to business because we have some big-time matchups to look ahead to, some sensational performances to recap, and it's back. We have a new edition of Horsin Around. The guest this week is Cheyenne sharpshooter Christian Kuntz. He's quick on the court and he's quick with a paddle in his hand. More explanation on that later in the show. Let's start with the game of the week from this past week. A Class B boys basketball tilt with #1 Thompson going head-to-head with #2 Dickinson Trinity in boys basketball. What more could you ask for? The top 2 ranked teams in the state going head-to-head. Trinity may have been the team playing closer to home at the Minot State Dome, but it was Thompson that looked the most comfortable. Hayden Overby, the 6'5 senior, was marvelous, scoring 14 points. He's nearly averaging a double-double this year. Nice teamwork here for the Titans. Seth Herner to a cutting Eric Knopick, who finished with a team-high 11. Toughness, well, that never seems to be an issue with Trinity. Isaac Frederick grinds out an and-one opportunity on the putback, but Thompson led 28-13 at half and kept rolling. Marcus Hughes spins and scores a pair of his 11. In a defensive battle, it was the Tommies turning out a 49-39 win. So the Tommies remain the top-ranked team in the state. They have another big showdown visiting 2-time defending state champ and 3rd-ranked Hillsboro Central Valley on Friday. Now last year, Hillsboro Central Valley swept the 2 meetings by a combined score of 4 points. A couple of great games. Here's a look at the game-winning shot from that second game. The Burros took a timeout with 13 seconds left. If you remember this, they're down 1. They put the ball in the hands of Captain Clutch, Carson Henningsgaard, and the sophomore hits the game-winning layup. Henningsgaard went on to lead the Burros to a 2nd consecutive state championship while earning first-team All-State honors. Now, as a junior, he has a new crop of Burros playing strong out the gate with a 5-0 record. Hillsboro Central Valley just beat a really talented Richland team 57-56 this past Saturday. Meanwhile, the Tommies, well, they're ranked #1 in the state, even though their top returning scorer, Caden Schwabe, has been sidelined all season because of that broken collarbone that he suffered in the football state championship game. Hughes and Overby, who you just saw in the highlights a moment ago, are spearheading the offense in his absence. Overby had 33 points in the win over 6th-ranked Bishop Ryan the day after that victory over Trinity. Well, what's next on this show? Let's do Lookin' At You. I have a few things that caught my eye this past week that we should talk about. We'll stay with Class B boys basketball because Jaden, Mitzel, and Shiloh Christian, I'm looking at you. Jaden earned our game ball this week, so he has one of these coming his way. This is some video from earlier in the season, but Jaden was named MVP of the BNC Mandan Holiday Tournament after nearly notching a triple-double against New Salem in the championship game with 37 points, 11 assists, and 7 boards. Wow. The Skyhawks had a brutal schedule to start and came out of it 4-2 this year. I think this team is poised to make a run now. 6'9" Macaulay Young is a tough matchup in Class B, and they have some really good role players too. Trey Brunell and Matt Reap, just to name a few. I'm also looking at you, Grafton St. Thomas girls basketball team. Carlee Sieben was our girls game ball winner of the week, and it was for this performance. The sophomore scored 22 points and added 6 steals in an impressive 61-54 victory over 4th-ranked Kindred last week. The Spoilers are now 7-0. I think Sieben is going to be a sought-after recruit for the 2021 class. She does a lot of great things on the court, both offensively and defensively. Here's a look at the Region 2 standings. Grafton, Thompson, and Park River Fordville Lincoln are all unbeaten in region play. Grafton St. Thomas host Park River Fordville Lincoln on Saturday night. Both teams will want to keep pace with undefeated and #1 ranked Thompson. Lastly, I'm looking at you, West Fargo boys hockey team. After winning just one game in East Region play last year, the Packers are 5-1 to start this season. The Packers play tonight at South Shanley. Here's a look at the standings. Central, the two-time defending state champs, well, they look untouchable right now. But there are those Packers in second place, and they have a big 3-2 win over third-place Davies on the resume. The Packers also have 3 players in the top 13 in scoring in the state with Braden Jacobson, Jackson Prochnow, and Nathan Tangen. And while we're glancing at standings, let's peek at girls hockey. North-South has already piled up 25 points, and then only 1 point separates second through 5th place. Davies and Grand Forks go head-to-head tonight, which will have a big effect on the standings. The Eagles beat the Knight Riders 6-0 in the season opener. Kennedy Cook, the goaltender for Davies, she's one to watch. She's a sophomore, but has played in all 11 games for Davies and owns a state-best 93 save percentage. Finally, I want to talk some EDC Hoops boys basketball because the two Titans will slug it out on Friday night, that being top-ranked and unbeaten Davies and third-ranked and unbeaten West Fargo Sheyenne. The Eagles, well, they're averaging 84.3 points per game. That's a lot, and that's tied with Jamestown for the highest in the state. And Bart Manson's team also boasts the top-ranked defense, surrendering a measly 52 points per game. That's an average win of 32 points per game. The Eagles are pretty darn good. Those numbers are all great, but this roster is largely the same roster that failed to make state last year after winning the EDC regular season. So they know how quickly things can turn.
We have a lot of talent, but we need to put the talent to hard work and get the grittiness, and we will be a good organization.
Just keep working and keep working and working, and that was something that we talked to our guys, early in the season, and we want to keep going throughout the season. Is just a work ethic and work ethic. And I didn't think we had it all the time in the last couple of years, and so our guys have been good so far, but we need to continue for the next few months.
So here are the EDC standings. Davies and Cheyenne at the top, of course. Then you have West Fargo and a surprising Fargo North squad, just 2.5 games back. Caden Ricard, who moved into the school district from Moorhead, has really provided a jolt for the Spartans. He's averaging a team-high 19 points per game and 4.5 assists per contest. He might end up on a Lookin' At You segment in the future. But let's not make you wait any longer. It is time for Horsin Around. We just heard from Davies on Friday's big matchup. Well, the Eagles will have to try to stop a Cheyenne offense that features senior standout Christian Kuntz. The Mayville State commit has been a household name for the Mustangs the last 4 years, and he joined me this week for Horsin Around. 3, 2, all right, boom. All right, we're synced.
Awesome.
Okay, senior finally, right?
Finally.
About time, huh?
Yeah.
Are you gonna pass? All the grades doing okay?
Oh, okay, yeah, we're good. We're good there.
Just joking.
We're good there.
Check my questions one last time and turn the phone on vibrate. All right, we're back for another edition of Horsin Around. Last time, the guest was Abby Dukesher from Kindred. This time, we go to the boys' side. We get Christian Kuntz from West Fargo Sheyenne, a senior. Merry Christmas, Christian.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you too.
Happy New Year. Let's start with Christmas. Do you have a favorite Christmas gift of all time?
Favorite Christmas gift of all time would probably be my ping pong table.
Ping pong table?
Yeah, my family gets pretty competitive. We played in some tournaments as a family, and pretty fun. So that's my favorite.
Were the holidays? Did you guys do a little ping pong during the holidays?
This year we did, yeah. Got a few games in the few.
I like it. So ping pong and basketball.
Yeah.
That's what Christian does over here. Christian, you're a 4-year starter. That's pretty rare in Class A. What does that mean? I mean, all EDC last year, you guys make it to the state championship game. What does it mean to you to be a 4-year starter?
Yeah, it's a great honor. The best thing for me this year is just have the great experience so I can move it on to the younger guys down below us. So I think it just helps our whole team out, just having guys, and there's more out there that have just played 2-3 years of varsity basketball, so it just helps our year this year.
Now I look at some pictures of you as a freshman. You've changed a little bit.
Yeah.
What would you say to freshmen, or what would be the comparison from freshman Christian Kuntz to this year's Christian Kuntz for the basketball team?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I just watched a game from 2 years ago when we played West Fargo on TV, but I think the biggest thing is I put on a few pounds, and hairstyles changed a little bit, so those are 2 things that have changed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So last year, you guys make it to the state championship game. You lose to Century in that game. It was tough for you guys. You guys were a little banged up, a couple of your players. How much of a motivator was that in the offseason to say, hey, we got close. This year, we got to get over the top?
Yeah, for sure. We have a lot of guys that graduated last year that played big roles on our team. We came back refreshed this year. We just know what our goal is, and we think we can get to the top and hopefully make it back to that state championship game.
Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're the career leader in points, steals, and assists at West Fargo Sheyenne. Now, I know the school's only 5 years old, but you're going to be in the record books for a lot of these things. What does that say about the work ethic that you have?
Yeah, it's cool just to have started this program from the bottom and then see where it's become. And just knowing that these guys are going to look up to people like us and just hopefully carry on the tradition.
How about this year? You're off to an 8-0 start. I think you're averaging 18 points per game, 3.5 assists per game. What's going well for you guys right now?
Yeah, we're clicking right now. We started off a little slow, and these next few games and the last week against West Fargo, they're big tests for us, so we're going to see what we're made out of these last few games.
Let's talk about Friday. It's Davies. It's #1 in the state versus #3 in the state. You guys are tied for first place in the EDC right now, both unbeaten. What are you going to have to do in order to beat them? Because they are a high-scoring team.
Yeah, they're very skilled. We're going to have to lock in defensively for sure and hopefully keep the score down a little bit, but we know that we have good players over here, and we're going to give them a run for the money.
Now, you guys like to shoot the 3-ball. You shoot a lot of threes. Who's the best 3-point shooter on the team?
It used to be Zach Westfall last year. He could shoot it from anywhere. This year, Zion Detman. He's a sharpshooter for sure. Yeah.
Zion, pretty good, huh? Yeah. Show me out on the court maybe one of your favorite moves that kind of are a good example of energy.
Good example of energy?
Yeah. What's maybe your move, like something that's a patented Christian Kuntz move?
I like to. We started a lot of plays up by this wing right here. It's my favorite move. If I have my dribble, I like to cross one way and then step the other way. So the defender's hopefully going the other way, and I can go to the rim.
So you try to get the defender to bite.
Yeah.
Show me again, one more time.
All right.
You got me to bite.
That's it.
So this segment is called Horsin Around for a reason.
All right.
Like I mentioned, Abby Dukesher at Kinder was our first guest. She made a shot from the elbow to start off our game of horse. Money. And she did that twice, actually. We had to redo one. Now, I have to make that shot in order to make you have to make that shot. If I miss, you can shoot from wherever and try to keep this game going. Otherwise, I get an H if I miss.
Hand the ball.
Hand it over. Any tips, Christian?
Follow through, bend your legs. That's all I got.
All right. So because Abby Dukesher made it from the elbow, I have to make it from the elbow. Follow through, right?
Follow through. Hey, there it is. There it is.
That was the first take. That was the first take.
He's not lying.
Christian has to take it from the elbow and make it. Otherwise, you're out, man. You don't get another chance. Better put it in. Ooh. And he does put it in. All right. So, Christian, you made that one. Now you get to shoot it from anywhere on the court.
All right, straightaway 3.
So Christian Kuntz. Boy, that was too easy. Swish. So Christian Kuntz, congratulations.
Thank you.
You made both shots.
Both shots.
So the next person has to make it from the top of the key, 3-point shot straight away. Nice work, man.
Thank you. You too.
Right. That's Christian Kuntz, West Fargo Sheyenne, joining us on Horsin Around. Let's see if we can make it again.
One more?
Shoot right here.
Right here?
Yep. Boy, you can't miss. Let's just keep shooting until you miss.
All right.
All right. That's enough. He's going back to practice. Get out of here.
All right, thank you.
All right,
appreciate it. Oh, you want your...
No, we can just keep walking.
Keep walking? All right.
All right, you can take it.
Okay. I see what you're doing now.
Big thanks to Christian and, of course, Sheyenne head coach Tom Kirchhoffner for allowing us to do that. It's just fun getting to know these players a little bit more, isn't it? Before we go, a couple of other matchups to watch. Boys hockey Friday night. Bismarck against Century. Someone is going to get their first L of the season. Patriots trying to make it 4 straight wins over the Demons. And keep an eye on the Mandan-Jamestown basketball doubleheader coming up on Tuesday. Both matchups should be fun to watch. That boys game features some prolific scoring with Skunberg and Walters from Jamestown against Klein and Wiest from Mandan. We'll be chatting about that one next week. For now, get to your nearest high school gym or hockey arena and enjoy. This has been another North Dakota Varsity Sports Update. I'm Jody Norstedt saying, see you next time.